Electric vehicles are a load of rubbish, aren't they? They wouldn't be any good for you, would they?
In this series, I run through 4 years of owning a Nissan Leaf. I take you from the start right to the finish. Check out all my episodes to see whether or not owning an electric vehicle will be for you. Or is it like the critics say, an absolute waste of time? What an absolutely beautiful day.
This, that.
What's the temperature, do you reckon, then, boys?
Pardon?
It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's the first nice day I've had since owning a Nissan Leaf. Shall we see what the temperature is at the moment? 11 degrees C. Wow. Right. Let's see how we get on with this then. Off to Gloucester we go to get a treat. McDonald's, isn't it? Sunday. Lovely. 17 degrees C. Beautiful. What a beautiful day. Do you enjoy your KFC?
It's lovely and warm. Yeah, and I enjoyed KFC.
Good.
Popcorn.
Okay, back home. And that little test I just did, it's now at 45%. It got down to 50%. I was trying to see how many miles I could do today. And I got down to 50%, and I'd done 45 miles. Maybe 46, but 45 miles. So it would have been a 90-mile day today. Temperatures dropped to 8 degrees C, but today it's been up to 17 most of the day. I have driven very, very conservatively today. We've had, my dad went out in it, and we only floored it once, so that was pretty much it. And there we go. And we've had heating off most of the time, because there's not been a need for heating, nor air conditioning. So 90 miles I would have got out of it today. Okay, I've just seen a Nissan Leaf driving along the road. The first one in what, 6-7 weeks? It's the first one legitimately that I could say I have seen and passed coming out of Newent. First one, so interesting. It looked brand new, so it's a Mark II. It was silver, so it was probably the Techno model, was it? I'd imagine. I'm not sure, unless he paid extra, I suppose, for upgraded paint. So there we go. So it's taken 6-7 weeks to see my first one, and it was local as well, which is quite good. So cool. So what have we been doing?
Football.
Went to a football game, but what did we do whilst we were at a football game? Did we put the car on charge? Yes, we did, at the Nissan garage. So it's over there. Football's just over there.
Where?
Well, just behind us, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've actually put it on charge, which is good. For the last hour, it's been on charge. So here, yeah, I do. Here we were, an hour and 21 we're on charge for, whilst you had a football game. Back up to 99%. Bye.
Bye.
Morning. Actually, it's afternoon, I think. Gonna try and do something different today. Gonna go back to the old, how many miles can you do in a day? Temperature's 15 degrees, so it's really picking up. It's 12:41. It's 100%, so we're starting at 2636, and we'll just see how many we can actually do today. Gonna go for a walk up the Malverns, I think, somewhere. But a beautiful day. Okay, so what I'll be doing is I will be just driving normally, basically. Not overly steady. I'll just be going within the speed limits, but being as economic as possible, shall we say. So I'm not going to be holding up the queues of traffic going at 35 miles an hour all the way, but I'm going to drive to the speed limits, slow acceleration up to the speed limit, and trying to foresee any traffic ahead and situations ahead, trying to make the most of regenerative braking and not lose energy as much as possible. So we'll see how many miles I get. Okay, it's very noticeable because of the weather increase, the temperature increase. I've got into where I would usually be at work now, so it's I don't know what it is, it's a 4-mile journey. I'm 2% better off than I ever have been. The best I've ever got is a 92% battery on arrival, and that's driving really, really carefully. I've arrived with 94, and I've been driving pretty carefully, so I would have said it's probably about the same as my 92, so I'm 2% better off. I usually arrive with about 89, 90% battery, if I'm lucky. So 16 degrees now. The car's been sat in the heat, in the sun. The temperature bars are the same, I think they're the same as always have been, the 3, 4, 5 bars. So it's been, but I haven't left early in the morning, so I've left it, you know, just after midday. So everything's warmed up. It's given me a lot better mileage basically. So still on 94 now. In fact, travelling through, I've gone through past town, still on 94. So I'm looking forward to this summer. This weather is absolutely spoiling me. I've done I'm on mileage now, 2645. I can't remember what I started on, 2632 was it, something like that. I'm still on 92%. I've been driving incredibly economical, but that's amazing, absolutely amazing. Still on 92%. I bought the car at the right time. I bought it in winter when you get the worst economy you can possibly get. At 0 degrees, 1 degrees I've been driving it around in. It's the first time really I've driven it properly. It's 16 degrees today, and summer's going to be even warmer. So you know, it's looking very, very good for the amount of miles I can do when it's this sort of temperature, really. So I can't wait till the height of summer. It should be amazing mileage on this thing in comparison to winter. Still on 92. So it's pretty remarkable, really. And the bubbles, the regen bubbles, I haven't got to the full regen yet mode. The most I've had is the 3 bubbles to the left, so I'm missing a bubble. And just a minute ago I went back up to just 2 bubbles. So it's pretty amazing. I'm just about to turn to 2.6 and 4.6 and still on 92%. Okay, getting sort of overly excited really. I'm on 2.648 and I'm on 90% battery. I say on my usual days I'm getting to work on 89%. I mean, it's taken me, I don't know what it is, it's approximately 10 miles. I'll have to work it out a bit later when I watch the video back. It's taken me approximately 10 miles, it's taken me twice as far, and I've still got more battery. And that's the only difference is the weather. It's 16 degrees rather than 3 degrees. So what we're saying is a huge improvement when it's warmer, which I mean obviously I knew and I've been looking forward to. But it seems as though that might actually be reality, that it's a heck of a lot better when the temperature's nice and warm. As in, loads better. I've always hoped it's going to be, but not really held out much hope. But it seems as though it makes a huge difference. So I'll be very interested to see what I'm going to get. You got to my parents' house. I'm not going to charge up. I've got more miles in the gasometer than I had when I left. It's 1:10, 88% remaining, 2.650. That's been exceptional. I very often get to work and it looks like that. Yeah, and obviously that's pretty local to me. So I travel a lot further. And that's how many trees I've got. Just to show really, and then 3.2. So very, very impressed with this warm weather. More, please.
The green van.
Nissan Leaf.
I want one of them.
How you doing, Tobe?
Good.
Climbing all the way up there, aren't we? British camp.
Yeah.
Get to the top,
It's tiring.
and we will film when we get to the top, won't we?
Yeah. It's taking Bruce.
Is it?
See?
Don't lose him.
No.
Top of British camp. It's going to be terrible wind noise. But never mind. Go! Back uphill in a minute. Yeah, there you go. Got there.
We finished it
Got
now.
to British camp with 2.662, 72%. So there we go. Off now, back to Newton. Try and burn up some more mileage. But that was climbing up, obviously You saw the height. That's how high it's climbing. We got to British Camp free because we're in the Leaf, which is excellent. But not only that, someone gave me his ticket. So it would have been £3. I parked for free. Yay! 60% at 2675 miles. Pretty awesome. In Newent now. So we will see how it goes. Okay, home. And we're on 21%, 19 miles, 2711. I'm actually going to go back out again and see how far I can actually go on this mileage. Hopefully I won't conk out somewhere. But I'm going to travel around until I run out, and we'll see what final mileage I can actually get today. The temperature's dropped down significantly. It's 8 degrees. So it's been running from 50%, it got down to 10 degrees. So I enjoyed the hot weather for half of the battery life, and then it went down to about 8 degrees, well, 10 degrees, and slowly dropped to where we are now. But we shall see what we end up with today. Okay, I've intentionally gone way out of my way. I've come into Lydney. We are at 12% battery. Got low battery warnings going off. 14 miles available on the gasometer. 2720 the mileage is showing at the moment. So I think I need another 16 miles, or either 12 miles or 16 miles to make it a 100-mile target. Temperature 6 degrees, so it's going down, it's dropping and dropping and dropping. So I am going to go venture on a bit further. Don't dare to go too much farther. Get a bit more miles on it, turn around and head back home. And we'll see where this leads us to. So, heading back out of Lydney now. Beautiful night. Nice bright, almost, I think it's full moon or almost full moon. I'm actually heading out onto main roads, so got to keep a fairly decent speed, to be honest. It's a national speed limit, so it should be a 60, but 50 is fine on here, especially these nightmare junctions. See how it goes.
Very low battery charge. Search for nearest charging station.
So I got a very low battery charge, just kicked in. 8% left. I'm just coming back across to the Lydney turning, so I'm probably about 7 miles away from home, I would have said. Approximately. Got to go along with full beam on, lights on. I've obviously got no heating or air conditioning on. I haven't had on at all today, at all, so this is doing all this without any heating on. So there we go. I'll film in a bit. Battery is about to go from giving me a reading to not giving me a reading, so that'll be interesting. There we go. I'm on my own now. Guesswork. Okay, coming back past my house now. I'm going to go on by my house. Bye-bye safety of house. And I'm going to just push it a little bit further. We're at 2731. Gonna really push it to see what this baby can actually do. You know, I've sort of committed to it really, so I might as well see what we've got. It hasn't gone to turtle mode yet, which as far as I know, hopefully I'm right, is another mode beyond this mode I'm in at the moment, which is obviously showing dead. See what happens. Okay, motor power is limited. I am in turtle mode, boys. So what I'm going to do now is turn around and go back home. All being well. Got to get home first, but yeah, shall try and get home now. Oh, there's a car coming down real slow. But there we are. hopefully I shall get back home. We're on 732 in the centre of town. Downhill for a bit, but I got a bit of a big hill to go up, so downhill for a while. I'm not actually sure, but I think it gives out about 15 kilowatts, which I have a horrible feeling is not going to be enough to get me up my hill. I'm about to find out in a few seconds time, but I've got quite a steep hill to go up, and I'm not sure 15 kilowatts is enough for what I need to do, unfortunately, but we will find out. Right, here we go. There's no cars coming. My foot is planted on the floor, and 17 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. Miles, 14, 12, 11, 10. We're maxed out. Oh dear. It's not very good for getting home. It really isn't. Luckily, there's nothing behind me. Ooh, bit nerve-wracking. That's me turning. Oh, made it. Right. Oh man, that was scary. Right, so there I am. Okay, I don't want to risk this anymore, really. I've been on turtle mode for a couple of miles. I think that's... Oh, there we go. That's ridiculous. On camera as well. Right, put this in drive. Nothing. Big shudder. Nothing happens. Just rolls backwards. That's it. The car is dead. It's the first time ever I've intentionally run the car out. Obviously this is not... it's quite a pinnacle moment, really. I have killed the battery. So if I now put it in drive, listen to this. Can't. Let's try it again. Drive. No. Park. Let's get it. Drive won't go into drive. That's it. I got neutral or park. Don't know if you heard that real big bang. So that's in neutral. So it's not true that it all seizes up, because you can still roll it. Steering's all gone. No steering. Still got lights though. But yeah, cool. Right. Well, there you go. I'm glad I stopped there, because it literally rolled into my drive and it's just conked out. So I wonder if that Chargemaster cable will reach. We'll also see. This is my cable. That's it, fully stretched. Cannot reach. Unfortunately, it will not reach. So I shall try and roll it backwards. It's that far off. Try and roll it back around a bit and hopefully I'll better charge it up. Okay, now rolled it around a bit more and it fits. Wow. That actually hasn't done what it usually does. Oh, phew. It's because the car's still on. I left it on intentionally. Right. Let's turn it off then. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I guess that's it. It's connected up fine. I am going to press... I think I'm going to start it charging now. There we go. So that's charging okay. Start to charge right now. Woo! So it's in far enough. I can actually close the gates and everything. So no inconvenience. It's in the middle of my drive, but that's what experiments are for. Good old Nissan Leaf, you little beauty. Even to putting you through that test, you got me back home. Very pleased with it.
So, wow. That was an experience and a half. I'm actually really pleased with the outcome, because I couldn't have driven a metre more. It literally would do no more. It conked out. It conked out exactly the right place. So I'm over the moon with that, because I basically left, as you saw, just drove randomly thinking I'll just drive to Lydney, it'll probably make it there and back. Drove past the house to extend it a bit, just to push it. Turtle mode, so the things I found out was turtle mode severely restricts the power. I mean, turtle mode is there, to be clear, turtle mode is there to say pull over now, stop. It doesn't leave you, the Leaf doesn't leave you in a position basically where you're in massive danger. Like if you're on a motorway, you can always pull the hard shoulder. When the turtle mode comes on, pull the hard shoulder. If the service is a mile away, reduce your speed severely down to sort of 45 miles an hour, and then trickle your way to the services. But otherwise, nah, you ain't gonna make 10 miles out of it. So we've proven that. Also, we've proven that it outputs 15 kilowatts of power, which going up a gradient, which is quite steep, you're going to hold up a lot of traffic. It's going to be very embarrassing. It won't last very long. And the other thing is, the myth that I've been given is that when it runs out completely, it seizes up. That is simply not the case. You can put it into neutral and you can push it forward and backwards. So I'm not sure why the Nissan guy told me that you don't want to run out, mine, because it'll seize up and then that's it, you're stuffed. It's just not the case. You can just put it into neutral. So I'm going to go and tally up the mileage and see what the total was. I was trying to make 100 miles. I don't think I've done it. But to be clear, that was a real effort today in terms of monitoring. And I even, like some of the hypermilers do, I put it into neutral on quite a few occasions. Not sure where we stand with the regulations and stuff with driving. You're not supposed to coast. But with electric car, it's slightly different. But anyway, I did a little bit of that. I did regen wherever possible, the most sensible regen. I was shifting between D and B modes back and forth, treating them as gears almost. And I was playing with the throttle to try and make it neutral, so it would coast up hills more. So it was a real effort. I started off by saying I was going to drive normally. I did. I stuck to the speed limits. I never held up any traffic. If there's cars behind me, then I would increase my speed. But if there's no cars, I would drop down to 50 to 45 to try and conserve the power. But if there was cars, then I was 55. I was 10% over speed limit to allow for that clock being fast or whatever. We got an allowance of 10%. So I stuck to what would be the fastest you could go legally. So yeah, there was sort of 80% of the driving was heavy monitoring, making sure you're driving the most efficient you possibly can, and the 20% was where I was forced to act differently. So yeah, it was quite a tough day of driving, quite a lot of concentration required to get this mileage, and it's a shame that it's only 100, but at 50% the temperature dropped down anyway to 10 degrees, so it's a shame. If it say 17 degrees all day, I think we'd have seen a much higher figure, like 120 miles, maybe 125 miles. But we shall see. I'll tally it up and I shall write it up in text. So see you guys next week.